Today is October 21st, 2018. So basically, I don't wear shirts. Like, I only wear hoodies to school because I'm too ashamed of what I look like, and I don't want people to call me fat or know that I'm fat, so I wear hoodies, but I still look fat in those. Basically, there just isn't one thing I like about myself. And I basically am just really tired of the way I look and the way I feel about myself. I've tried to change this so many times, but nothing's ever worked or stuck with me. And I just really want to change and be confident. And I just want to change. Okay. Today, God, what's the date? Today's date. January 6th, 2019. I've been trying for so long to just lose weight. Like, look how fucking fat my face is. Like, when I stand here, instead of my chin just going up, you see the fat from my cheeks come out. So I'm just filming this on my laptop right now. Same day, January. Whoa, I'm in the reflection. January 6th, 2019. I really just have no motivation. But I'm gonna get on the ground right now and work out. I'm doing this for myself because I feel fucking horrible about myself. 24/7, 365, every second of every hour of every day. Like, I just always feel horrible. I just finished my first run. It's a Monday, January 7th, I think. Oh my fucking god. I went in sweats because I thought it was gonna be freezing outside. It was. Until I started running. Sorry, there's a person getting in the car. I had to walk a lot because, not a lot, just like, probably like a quarter of the time I was walking because it was so muddy since it just rained a bunch. I don't know if you could see all that water, but yeah. Snot, you can see it around my nose, was just falling. But besides all the mud, because that was a safety hazard, I truly like jogged / ran the entire thing besides those runnings. But I feel like I was literally about to die. Like, my chest and throat hurt so fucking bad. I'll probably cool down a little, make breakfast, drink apple cider vinegar, do some abs, shower, repeat tomorrow. Well, to say the least, it is definitely to say that I have changed since then. I would love to share how I have changed and how I continue to change and evolve every single day, because the girl you just saw and the version of myself that I was living and believing that she lived in hell on earth, and she continued these cycles for herself because it's what she believed she deserved, it's what she believed she was capable of, and she just didn't feel like she had the strength inside of her to tear open her heart and to unleash the beast. That is just where we are at today. This is where I am at today. I have changed a lot. I'm now 20 years old, and I just want to get straight into my sort of journey and what has led me to the place I am at today, in contrast to the version of myself which you just witnessed. And I have many things to say on this topic, so let's just get into how I did it, and then can get into more reflection. towards later parts in the video. And bouncing straight into it, let's get into the good stuff. How I became a beast and how I changed my life forever. How I became the change in my life to see the change outside of my life, because that is what I found out. So cliche of me. It starts from within you. You're not going to start loving yourself and to start a brand new wonderful life, first of all, by tearing apart people around you, by tearing apart yourself, and by making the world a more hateful, angry, low vibrational place. You are going to change your life by elevating yourself, elevating your frequency, and deciding to see, think, and perceive and believe with higher vibrational thoughts and frequencies, such as love, peace, joy, enlightenment, whatever you would like to call it. Now, one way you can tiptoe into this area and arena of your life is by starting to meditate. I've been meditating for, I think, like 2 years, almost 2 years now. And I meditate every day, multiple times a day. It's a great reset point, it's a great reflection point, and it allows you to take all of the weight and all of the meaning and all of the density on this 3D world that could be distracting you in every single way, telling you how horrible you are, that your life's never going to change, to just go back into your patterns because it's it's comfortable, because it's what you see, it's what you feel, it's what you touch, it's what you taste. When you close your eyes and meditate is when you take away all of the attachment and energy and focus into this 3D world, and you realign yourself to your true heart and your true calling and your true purpose. When you can close your eyes and start thinking for yourself instead of thinking for what this world around you is telling you about yourself and what you're allowing yourself to absorb and believe about yourself. Instead of doing this and using your eyes to believe, you use your mind, your heart, and your internal compass to believe. Instead of this miscued version and visions that society has implemented into our frameworks and our structures, and has watered the seeds and planted seeds and grown seeds of unhappy people, because they distract them so far away from their inner truth that they believe that the inner truth they will find somewhere out here in someone else that will love them and someone that will validate them, in believing that that is a true sense of validation and worth in their own life. In that old version of myself, I had zero self-worth. I had zero self-worth. I had zero self-love. And that is just not something that I was wanting to tolerate anymore. I had tried for years and years and years to get out of these cycles, get out of these patterns, and to break free from this self-hatred, because I wanted to see something change in my life. I wanted to be the change. And what I have learned reflecting on this from where I am now is that it starts in your mind. It starts with the thoughts you think when you wake up. It starts with the thoughts when you're eating breakfast. It starts with the thoughts when you're at the gym. It starts with the thoughts when you're leaving the gym. It is your life. Your thoughts are your life, and what you choose to tell yourself and decide to tell yourself and how you choose to tell your story determines what sort of things go on, what you allow into your vibration, and what your vibration matches. Because if you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, another slug day, gonna go feel horrible about myself and nothing's gonna go right, chances are that will have a casting shadow effect and fog lingering on the rest of your day, maybe the next 2 days, maybe the next week, maybe the next month, because of a thought that your brain is so used to running and cycling through. You do not have to tell yourself the same story that you do anymore. When I first started, I was not so much in the mental aspect of it. I started working out and I told myself, I'm doing this every day. I'm not giving myself an opportunity for a break. I'm doing this until it's done, until I see progress, until I see change, until I have made engraved, cemented change inside of my own brain and life into new patterns, new habits, and overall new lifestyle. I told myself I'm not resting, I'm not quitting, I'm not stopping until I get to the place that I want to be. And I truly believe that if you want to dramatically change your life, you're going to have to dramatically act, and you're going to have to be a little dramatic for people who may take it a little softer, take it a little easier. I think that there is so much room for balance, and learning this balance in being soft and nice with yourself, but also telling yourself when it's time to get up and to use your logical brain instead of your emotional brain, and to know when to use the two and to how you can use them together to better incorporate for your own results and abundant lifestyle. When I began, I told myself that I wasn't going to be able to take any days off because that is how bad I wanted it. And if you want it bad enough too, you're going to find that fire and drive inside of you to get up every single day and to go after what you want and to change your mind, no matter how many times you think something else will feel better, something else will just make you feel good for one little second. No, you're going to tell yourself to get up and to go see the change and make the change and be the change that you want to be. A big part of this transformation was my physical aspect, but it really is so true that it all starts from within. And when you start to glow from within is when you start to glow from without. And when you grow inside is when you will grow outside in this 3D world as well. And I feel like it is a very important note to remember in this time where you are initially starting or in other phases and levels of your evolution, to remind yourself to be soft with yourself and patient with yourself in a sense of timing, because time is something that we do not control. Time is something that we are encountering and that we can use to our benefit if we want to use this time for high vibrational ways, or if we want to lower this time, and how we work with time in lower vibrational ways. And when you can find higher vibrations in time is when you will have time in the palm of your hand even more, and you'll be able to do things that you didn't think you were able to do before, and you'll be able to motivate yourself to get up even if you don't think you have enough time, even if certain cycles are replaying in your head. And so I feel like it's also important to note that I have not had a solid group of friends, or really solid friends, since I was a junior in high school, a sophomore in high school. And this isolation helped me so much, because when you're surrounded by people who don't have the same vision and goal as you, and who aren't going to do exactly what you are going to do and what you know it takes to get there surrounding you, when you are in communities of these people is when you become these people. So remind yourself that you are who you surround yourself by. And just because you may not be surrounded by a lot of people doesn't mean that you're nothing. When you're surrounded by less people is when you gain more strength, because you gain your own individual awareness of your own power instead of distributing your power and giving away your power and allowing others to control you in a group sort of mentality. And instead you gain your own strength and foundation and firmness and stability within yourself and your own opinion, and not what other people want to see you do and what other people want to be doing for themselves, and how other people want to go and eat ice cream and sit on the couch and not work out and drink their problems away on the weekend. What you can do by yourself is so powerful, and it shows you how powerful you are when people start to point fingers at you, when people start to notice, when people start to question, when groups of people start to talk about you and what you're doing because you're focusing on yourself. Shows the true power of your focus and pure intention. And when you have focus and pure intention is when not only you are capable of anything, but the glory of God is able to be used and exerted through you, or the universe, whatever you believe in. And even if you believe in nothing, that's coming straight from you, okay? Because it's got to come from somewhere. And when you want to be the change in your life, you're going to have to learn how to put your hand down, put your fist down, shut your mouth up, and to remember the logical steps it is going to take for you to get where you are meant to be. Because yes, where you are meant to be is where you are. And the vision you have for yourself is where you're meant to be. You just have to get yourself there, and you have to be disciplined. You have to use your discipline as your strength. And when you are tired, you do not use this as a moment to stop your momentum or to give up or to give yourself too much of a rest, because when we are tired is when we work harder and when we get up more and we go after it even more. No matter how many times you fall back into your old patterns and habits, no matter how many times you feel like about yourself,
no matter how far you think you've come and how far you think you've backtracked, you will never let this stop you from continuing to thrive and strive after you and your goals. Because you can accomplish them. You are meant to accomplish them. You are made to accomplish them. And those goals are here because they want you to take them on and to go head first. And even if you can't go head first, go in whatever way you can to achieve and accomplish your goals, because you are the change in your life that you deserve. You are the change. Something else important to note is that you should accept exactly where you are right now, wherever this starting point is for you. As you evolve and as this evolution continues, you will see dramatic changes. Maybe you won't exactly notice initially right at the start and at the jump, but once you pick up this momentum and continue on this path of evolution, you will begin to dramatically change every single month, and you will notice the old versions of yourself just shedding and rising and coming to light that you're becoming aware of, that you're accepting more. And this is why I say to accept yourself at the initial stages, because there will be a point where you look back and you might cringe a little and you might be like, God damn, how is that me? But you will also have moments where you look back and have true compassion and love for these versions of yourself, no matter what they could have done, because they have gotten you exactly where you are today. And you wouldn't be the person you are without them, and they are part of your journey that aren't worth just throwing away, because your bottom has gotten you to exactly the rising points that you are making yourself to be today. And these are great markers of your growth, of your evolution, of your change, of your newfound prosperity and abundance. And to remember to accept these parts, because they won't be there forever, especially if you continue with such drive, stamina, and determination and resilience that I have experienced and that you are all capable of out there. Because that's another thing to remember, that the journey is never over. You always have the opportunity to get back up, to try again, to keep going, to brush it off your shoulders, to give yourself a pat on the back, and to remind yourself of how strong you are. You wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't have that strength within you. It's that feeling within you that burns and craves for the change so bad that you will use to pick yourself up and energetically embody that desire and that burning drive for change, that maybe that pain. If you have like anger or whatever, under that is like deep pain and sadness. And that is honestly what that burning feeling and desire for change is. It is your pain. And when you can use that to get up instead of pushing yourself down and sabotaging yourself, when you can use this pain and energy to get up, get motivated, and get to changing, is when your life will dramatically change, and when there will be no going back, because you will then know and be comfortable and becoming more comfortable with learning how to use your pain and to transform it into your greatest strengths, how to make your weaknesses your greatest strengths, because that is what they truly are. And anything that you believe is holding you back right now is only here to help aid you in witnessing and unmasking and becoming aware of your strengths and what you are capable of as a human being, because human beings aren't meant to just rot around all day and die. Human beings are made to create and to love our lives and to spread more of this love and creation into the world. And by changing yourself and putting and implementing more love inside of your life, inside of your heart, mind, body, and soul, and therefore out into your external world, changes the entire world. And when you are making positive changes inside of your own life is when the universe, God, whatever you believe in, will notice you. And it will notice you for doing such beautiful things for the world that it will make your life a more beautiful place. Another really big part of this transformation for me was doing a lot of reflecting, self-introspection, self-assessment. Honestly, like, I went pretty hardcore deep into my beliefs, my limiting beliefs, my thoughts, the ways that I think and believe about other people in the world. And I have come out of this with unconditional love for every single human being in the world, which is a beautiful thing, and it makes my life a lot more beautiful because I get to look around and just love exactly what I see for what I see it as, no matter what I see. And this took a lot of untangling my self-hatred, my anger at myself, my doubt, my whatever you name it. This took a lot of looking at and a lot of being responsible for, taking accountability for, and reforming, because I did not want to show up as the negative, destructive person in this world anymore. And now, every time I step outside, every time I open my eyes and wake up in the morning, I am here to help construct a more loving world, because I am here to construct a more loving world within myself. Therefore, the loving world appears out here. And even if I do feel like I'm having some trouble inside me, I can look at the beautiful world, and then I remind myself that I'm part of it. And a lot of this transformation came from within and showed up without externally, because of the extreme amounts of self-reflection that I have done, and the complete personality change that I have encountered, and the complete identity shift. Honestly, that's kind of maybe another thing about these transformations. Like, your identity will kind of change, and you won't be the same person. You won't have the same habits. You won't like the same things. You might not have all the same interests. You definitely won't want to hang around the same people, and you will find new nooks and crannies and avenues to go down within yourself that you may have never knew were there before, because you decided to make these shifts. You decided to lead a more healthy, loving lifestyle for yourself. Therefore, new opportunities have been shown to you when you decide to open your eyes and look up, instead of being so negative and pessimistic and mad, this, that, I hate her, I hate this, I hate that, this, that, ugly, this, ugly, that. No, that is negativity, and that is not welcomed in a high vibrational life. That is observable, but it is also walk-awayable. So also note to yourself that you will gain so much inner strength in yourself in this transformation, because you will learn how to be disciplined. You will learn how to tell yourself to get up and do things that you don't want to do when you don't want to do them. And when you have these new strengths within yourself, you will be able to assess the situations and people around you even more, because you will be seeing it from a different perspective, and you will be seeing it from a bit of a higher perspective when you begin to raise your vibration and you begin to let go of dense old habits and layers of yourself that you no longer want or desire, because they do not fit you anymore, and they do not fit this new identity that you are creating and that you are embodying, inhabiting, and are. When you change your identity, your life changes, and this could be honestly a bit of a tearjerker, a bit of a bittersweet moment, because you want to see that change in your life, but that means you're gonna have to let go and say goodbye to certain things that may be in your life in this present moment, but they will be part of your past, and putting them to rest and letting them go and letting other things run out its own course while you go finish your race and become first in your own life and start only competing with yourself, is when all of this magic will begin to happen inside of your life. When you start to believe in yourself instead of telling yourself how you can't, how you won't, how you shouldn't. Instead, tell yourself and look yourself in the mirror and see where you're going. See where you're going, and don't stop until you get there. Depending on how you work and how you would like to transform, you can make your own schedules and regiments and such for yourself. But personally for me, I found it super fun to go super hard. Sometimes you could catch me at the gym at 3 a.m. running miles. Sometimes you could catch me there at 12 a.m. Sometimes you could catch me there at 5 a.m. Sometimes you could catch me there at 7 p.m. Like, I just make it fun. That is another tip, to just make it fun. And I know that might not sound fun. That might sound crazy to some people. But for me, that is real fun. I have fun when I'm challenging myself and when I'm doing things that other people would be like, why the hell are you doing that right now? I'm like, because it is lighting me up and it is setting me on fire. So make your transformation fun, okay? Find fun in the struggle and find fun in the pain, because that will make the pain and the struggle fun and enjoyable, and you can find the love in it. And you can see how in these moments of struggle is when you are actually becoming stronger, because when you push through, look, it's like this. Let me give you a little visual. This is your limit, whatever your limit. where you stop, where you quit, where you let go. And this is you approaching, and this is you at the limit, and this is you saying, oh, I'm done, wait. Well, this is you saying, give me 5 more minutes. Give me 1 more minute. Done. The line's gone. You've broken the boundary. You've broken the line, and now you are able to create new boundaries for yourself from a higher stamina point of view, and from a more capable point of view, and from a limitless potential point of view, because here is where you were limiting yourself. Here is where you tell yourself, I am more than I believe. Initially, because you are honestly capable of anything that you set your mind to, and the only thing that keeps you from accomplishing what your mind tells you is this false limit saying, I'm so big, I'm so strong, I'm stronger than you. Show yourself how much stronger you are than these limits, than these demons, than these negative low vibrations that could be running your life and could be how your brain is hardwired, and you may not even know or be so aware of these certain beliefs, limits, actions, ways of being that you could possess. But when you want to transform yourself is when you must reflect on yourself, and you must take accountability and become aware of these aspects of yourself that you should let go of to rise higher, that you have to let go of to rise higher, because you are not going to be able to bring everything down here with you to where you're going. You simply cannot have all the dead weight on you while you are rising higher, and there will be no choice. You will know what is not meant for you when you begin transforming, and it can hurt when you open your eyes, because certain things that you may have thought were good for you are actually manipulating you and taking advantage of you and using you and your potential instead of you to call back your power, regain your harmony within, and to use this to move forward and activate you and your fullest potential in this transformation. Because remind yourself of where you are, your starting point, where you have been. You are not there the second you decide to make the change, the second you decide that it's over. Every single day you show yourself that you are committing to yourself is a day earned of your discipline, and a day earned of your self-trust, a day earned of your confidence, because that is where these true values are formed. When we do difficult things and we persevere through them and we show ourselves our true strength is when we show ourselves our true value, and when we uncover hidden parts of ourselves that we may have never thought or believed were ever there, because all we believed and thought were the things on the other side of this limit. And pushing your limits is what will make the change. So overall, I just gained a completely new lifestyle and identity when I initially started this transformation. It has been a journey, let me tell you, because even after 1 year I was different, after 2 years I was different, after 3 years I was different. I'm almost at like 4 years of consistently working out and working on myself. So I wasn't really sure where this video was gonna go. I was just kind of talking, but I could make another video about these lifestyle shifts that I've kind of made and how I've become more healthy in those aspects. And maybe I'll have a video like that coming soon. I don't know. But yes, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I hope that it can inspire anyone out there, especially now that you've seen where I've come from. So let's see where I'm going, and you can all do the exact same for yourself.